Shalom, welcome to Mitzvah Torah. This year is entitled, Which Gadol Do You Reject? So, we're approaching Tisha B'Av Tashin Ayin Chet. Don't have the Mikdash yet. Tisha B'Av is a day of Avelut. It's not a day of celebration yet. It means we're still doing something wrong. And Sinat Chinam, I totally embrace the Nitziv's approach. Sinat Chinam doesn't mean we go, we see someone, punch him in his face. Someone needs to lift, we ignore him. It's much deeper than that. It is what? It's Hasidim, Tzaddikim, great people, but they see others with a different approach in Yiras Hashem, and the person's Chutz Ma'af Bikorat Tzeduki is out of the fold. So I think we still have the same problem today. I don't know if we've improved in this area. We did a lot of chesed. We helped people out a lot, but we still somehow managed to put each other out of the fold, other groups out of the fold, Gadolim out of the fold. And for me, every Gadol is in the fold. I respect and love every Gadol b'Torah, and whatever stream he is in, and whatever stream he is leading. And there's two important points for me. Number one, I don't judge a Gadol by the followers. You can have a Gadol whose followers in certain areas are not so careful about certain things. I have a Gadol whose followers aren't so careful about tznius, where they dress, mixed swimming, and that's a problem. We have to be careful about all the halachas. It doesn't mean, this person is not a Gadol because his followers aren't perfect with this. And this Gadol has some people that go ahead and do other things in horrible certain areas of business and this and that. So it might reflect that maybe the Gadol has to talk more about that. But I'm not going to go ahead, chas v'shalom, giving the X on a Gadol because some of the followers are not acting perfectly. It's not fair. He's working with his uchlusiyah, with his population, and it's delicate. How much to give mussar, how much to push, not. It's very delicate. So that's number one. Number two, let's say the Gadol himself has certain ideas that a person finds challenging. So once again, there's an approach of saying, this is what my Gadol feels, and therefore I embrace my Gadol and this idea, and I'm not going like that Gadol's idea. And then there's going ahead and out of the box. That's it. Just have some examples of Ovadia Yosef, one of the greatest Gadolim in terms of knowledge of halacha and his bekiyas, the range of information that he has in his tshuvos that he knew about peh by heart. It's overwhelming. Certain people, certain rabbis didn't like his approach to psak, approach to halacha, the fact that he started the Shas party and this and that. Not a Gadol. So certain things that others challenge, not a Gadol. Chutz lamachana, out of the box. To me, a Gadol, who's Yugim Karam, anchored 13 principles of faith, anchored in halacha, and has different approaches, he's out of the box. Chas v'shalom, in my opinion. Obviously, others disagree. Rav Soloveitchik, Rosh Yeshiva of Yeshiva University, and head of the Mizrahi movement for decades. So others say, no, Yeshiva University cannot go together. Either you're in a yeshiva, and if at university do what you want, but no way could you synthesize the two. Okay, it's a big machlokes, such a thing. And I understand, Rav Aaron Kalla, that was not his approach. Lakewood University, not a chance. Lakewood's Lakewood. Lakewood is learning Torah, that's his shita. But the Rav's Chutz lamachane? No, we don't have the same approach in this area. We don't have the same approach in this area. And that's fine. And that's why you see that Rav Aaron Kalla invited the Rav to be keynote speaker in the 1956 Chinuch Hasmei dinner, even though they had different approaches. How do you relate to non from Zionists? How do you relate to David Ben Gurion? The Rav had him speak in YU. Rav Kalla said, what? This person had him speak? And yet, respect. He was a Gadol. The Rav was a giant. And they don't agree in this area. But to put someone out of the fold, means either labeling, apikoros, or this, or you just won't even eulogize the person when he dies. Won't even ever quote him in his Torah. You're putting him out of the fold. And that to me is a disaster. And that is a perpetuation of sinas chinam. What's amazing is Amshanova Rebbe. His time in terms of tefillah and lighting candles, Hanukkah candles, everyone accepts him as in the fold. Why? He's doing certain things that are very questionable. So somehow people and Gadolim say about him, yes, these things about his davening and the different times, it's not our way, but they don't put him out of the fold. So why is it that someone who's doing some things that are highly questionable in terms of halacha, not easy to explain his tefillah, but except him, he's still within the fold. There needs to be some explanation of what he's doing with his timing. Other Gadolim where there's no shaila in the halacha, certain hashkafas that you don't like, and they're out of the fold. I totally disagree with that approach. I know there's great people that embrace that approach, that maintain there's certain Das Torah principles, that this is what our Gadolim maintain, and if you maintain differently, you're out of the fold. And I reject that. And I think that is perpetuating the lack of Mikdash in our times, because we're holding strong to our approach. This is what our Gadolim hold, and everyone else is out of the box. And Rav Soloveitchik is out of the box. And Rav Ovadia Yosef is out of the box. And Bavitcher Rebbe, out of the box. People who are anchored in the Ikarim, anchored in Halacha. And there's certain areas in Halacha and Hashkafa that you disagree with. They're not out of the box. And in my opinion, I look at the Satmar Rebbe, a giant. Of course in the box. Of course he had the 30 principles of faith. Anchored in halacha. His attitude of Medinat Yisrael, to me, I cannot relate. I cannot understand how a Gadol could go ahead and say that the greatest blessing 2,000 years is the greatest curse. And it's from the Sitra Acher. And some evil forces out there trying to trick us. I cannot understand such a shita. But, yes, what do I think? Dana, what do you think of the Satmar Rebbe? I shudder. A Gadol, a giant, Talmid Chacham, rebuilt Sam Hasidim from the ashes of the Chorban. A one-man chesed operation. Giant. You asked me specifically about that Israel. I just throw my hands in shock at the statements of such a giant. But okay, he was a giant. And that's how it has to be, in my opinion. And to just keep going ahead and making our box smaller and smaller. Who's in the box? Who's out of the box? We only have these specific groups. This rabbi's in the box, this rabbi, that, not. He's not. Where he halachically was perfect. Hashkafi disagree. To me, that's what needs to be changed. And in my opinion, I'm sorry to say, as long as we keep having this approach, we can have all the tekes and all the ceremonies and all the shiurim and all the nights about sinas chinam. But as long as at our core, we are holding that we're in, and all these other Gedolim and the followers are out, we're going to give Shir or Sinas Chinam for the next 1,000 years. We need to do some serious soul searching. We've got to have a way to embrace all the Gedolim and all the approaches who have the Yigam Ikarim, the 30 principles of faith, are anchored in halacha, and have disagreements. And to be able to respectfully disagree, this is my approach, this is a different approach. And we hold strong to our approaches, but in a way we're not putting other Gedolim and groups out of the box. And if we can get to such a point, then, and only then I'm afraid to say, can we have the next chapter in Jewish history. Shalom.